The Gatling Gun in Resident Evil 5 is a heavy machine gun that is exclusive to Chris. It can be unlocked after completely upgrading the VZ61 machine gun, which is the first machine gun you encounter in the game. Once it is fully upgraded, the option to purchase a Gatling gun is unlocked and it will cost you 50,000 gold. There is no upgrading this weapon and it has infinite ammunition by default. The Gatling gun deals 450 damage per bullet, so it can be a heavy hitter in large groups of enemies. All the gameplay in this video is on the professional mode, so enemies take many more bullets to kill, so keep that in mind moving forward as the time to kill will vary from difficulty to difficulty. After playing through the entire game, I found it's really only useful for taking out large hordes of Magini, and it does exceptionally well against certain sub-bosses. The Gatling gun is pretty much useless against all major bosses in the later portion of the game. For the sub-bosses, the Gatling gun does well against the Executioner, but you just have to be careful and to not get too close, as it will not stun him if he is in the middle of swinging his axe. It does well against the Reaper. For this creature, all you need to do is aim for the yellow weak spots and he'll go down relatively quickly. It also does well against the Chainsaw Magini. You just need to lay into him with all you got until he goes down, and his second phase is even quicker than his first. And for the final sub-boss, this Gatling gun is useful against the giant Magini. There's no strategy here, just keep your distance and lay out the lead. For the sub-bosses the Gatling gun is useless against are the Lickers. Going one-on-one with the Lickers, this weapon wouldn't be that bad of a choice, but there are no instances in the game where you only deal with one lone Licker. In groups you have to watch for their tongue attack, as that is what will get you at a distance. Lickers on the professional mode are just too tough to use this gun against. You'll need a heavy hitter like a shotgun or a magnum. The other sub-boss's gun is useless against his JJ or the Gatling gun Magini. It seems kind of ironic that the Gatling gun is useless against this guy, but he is just a health sponge and it takes way too long to kill him. Now we're moving on to the major bosses this gun is useful against. First up is the first boss of the game, Ouroboros. He is very weak, and all you need to do to kill him is to keep a distance and blast bullets at him until he perishes. He is weak to fire, so shoot the barrels around him or throw incendiaries at him to speed up the process. The next and last boss this gun is useful against is Pop Freeman. The catch with this boss, however, is you'll need landmines to stun him to reveal his weak spot. Once he is exposed, it doesn't take too much effort to kill him. I only show the first instance of this boss, but the next instance of him, the strategy is more or less the same. Now for a more lengthier list, the major bosses this gun is useless against. First up is Irving. I got extremely frustrated with this boss and this gun on professional. You really need good accuracy to get his weak spots, and the Gatling gun does not offer that. Instead, you need to spray and pray. The tentacles are easy to shoot and break, but when there are a lot of them at once, you'll be dodging too much to get many shots off since the gun takes so long to ramp up. Once Irving is exposed, you need to lay a ton of bullets at him with this gun in order to kill him. Just save yourself the headache and keep this gun at home when you're going against him. The next boss is U8. U8 is a fairly easy boss in most situations, but you are really handicapping yourself by using this weapon against it. Of course, you need a hand grenade to break his shell and expose his head. Once that happens, you just spray and pray as usual, but you need to be very careful of his attacks as they are harder to dodge with this weapon since it slows you down so much. The next boss is the next variation of Ouroboros, Mikono. You need incendiaries or some sort of weapon that emits flame to kill this boss. He isn't too tough to kill. The only reason why he's on this list is that it takes a shit ton of bullets to do so. Keep your distance and blast him with the gun and he won't even get close to you, but there are way more weapons to use to efficiently take him out. The next boss is Excella. This one took me around 10 minutes to kill using this weapon. She is easy enough really, you just need to worry about the little parasite monsters she spits out. She's on this list because this battle drags on for ages if you stick to using this gun. And of course the game gives you the special lock-on homing launcher to use to take out the tentacles, but using a magnum and an infinite launcher combo, this boss is a lot easier to take out. And finally we have Wesker. Long story short, just don't use this gun against him. Get a magnum. Final thoughts on this weapon. It's big, it's bulky, it slows you down, and it makes aiming with any other gun a chore. The Gatling gun is useless at about 90% of the game on professional mode. It may be more fun to use on lower difficulties as this gun is just a gimmick. If you liked the video, please subscribe and stay tuned for more weapon showcases like this to come out in the coming weeks. I will also have linked below links to everything involving Resident Evil 5, and I've also done weapon showcases for all weapons in Resident Evil 4 if you're interested in that as well. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next video.